So, um, as you can see, I rolled out of bed. But this is not because I don't respect you. This is because I respect you so much that a day will not go by without me doing this live. I made a promise and I'm going to make sure that I fulfill this promise. I'm having a very lazy Saturday. The second half of my Saturday is very lazy, and I'm grateful for that. I'm really hoping that tomorrow I get to spend all day at home because it just is so exhausting having to leave the house every single day. Every single day. You know, in moments like that, you just wish you were a young, like a child again, like a teenager again, where you can spend the whole week, just like 3 days, 2 days in the house watching TV, not bathing, only bathing after like the second day or the third day. I remember when we were kids, we'd compete for who could stay the longest without bathing. And I miss those days so much. I miss so much because now as an adult, I cannot sleep without bathing. Even if I, in the morning, bathed, I cannot sleep without bathing, and it's so annoying. So, anyway, hi guys, welcome to my live. My name is Dipuka Molepuche. On this platform, I go by the name Barbara, and yeah, that's because I prefer to be called Dipuka because it's a better representation of who I am. Anyway, so today's message, or what we're going to be talking about today, is he blessed you with it because you were mature, you were now mature enough to handle it. So, a little backstory, or rather, how this came to me is that yesterday I was on Facebook for a little, like I just went into Facebook because I was looking for something. As a social media manager, which is one of the things that I do, um, you have to uh, very often check the platforms, how the posts that you posted are doing, if people have commented on them. Um, and sometimes my boss posts, so I have to check how the post performed, or what she posted, what she captioned, things like that. So that's why usually you'll find me on Facebook because I'll be doing that. So somebody says that could problem possibly be. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me now. I'm trying to project my voice as loud as possible. But anyway, I was saying, I go on social media a lot of the times because I have to check the engagement of some of the posts or content that we've put up, right? So I go on Facebook and come I see this post, this memory that they've shared of something that I posted like 8, 9 years ago. And I used to do this thing. When I was younger, I really just thought that I was this opinionated girl who had really great opinions, who was very wise for her age. I thought I was that girl. Like, really, like, guys, put me on a couch already so I can share my opinions and my experiences. That was me. So I did this thing called Tuesday Talks, where every Tuesday I would share like something inspirational, something interesting, and just in a bit to motivate and empower people, right? So this post in particular, and this post blew my mind when I saw it, because for some reason I thought that this radio thing that I do now was just this random thing that came into my life, and now I'm running with it, and I think I'm not bad. And is that me being humble? Fake humble. What? Anyway, so this post, what I wrote was, and I'm gonna paraphrase. I basically wrote about how, guys, whatever it is that you're interested in, dip your toes in it in any way that you possibly can so that you can figure out whether you love it enough to suffer for it. Because I then quoted what's it called, a line in Mark Manson's book where he talks about how being passionate about something and loving something isn't enough for you to make something your entire career choice. You have to love it so much that you are willing to suffer for it. That's what he said. And that's basically what I was talking about. And then I go on to say in that post about how I used to think I was interested in the radio. Listen, I literally said, I used to think I was interested in radio. I used to think I was interested in hospitality until I tried both of these things and realized that they're not for me. First of all, I don't even remember how I got into radio or what I meant when I said I tried radio and I tried hospitality. Hospitality, I remember I did an internship kind of for like 2 months at a hotel, and I think that 2 months was supposed to be 3 or 4. I ended up only staying for 2 months. Radio, I think what I was referencing or referring to was that where I used to work, I used to have to do radio interviews. Um, Funny enough, at the radio station I work at now, and I used to dread those interviews so much because I was young. I had just started working at this company. This was my first real job. I didn't really understand a lot of things. And so when I'd go on radio, it would just be a nightmare because I'd be there tripping on my words. They wanted me to speak in the local language and speak about this product that I was also very new to. It was a nightmare. I remember this one time the poor host didn't even know what to say to me because I was just like and it was just so sad. It was so sad. I remember that day I went home and I just got into my room, switched off the light and went to sleep because I was that sad, I was that crushed, I was that yo, I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm telling you. So for me to now, eight, um, 9 to 10 years later, for me to see that what's it called? For me to see that post talking about how I used to think radio was for me, turns out it's not. I found that so mind blowing that now I'm now like 10 or so years later actually doing radio. So uh, a couple of weeks ago, I was driving around town and I was thinking about my journey, especially this year. And I was thinking to myself, I'm so glad God gave me this radio thing in particular right now when I'm sober. Because I don't know how I would have been able to do it the way I'm doing it if I was still drinking. If I was still going out Thursday, Friday night waking up on Saturday night hungover or at some random person's house. And I just don't think I would have grown as much as I've been able to grow in I don't know how many months has it been? June, July, August, September, October, November. In the 5 months that I've been on, I don't think I would have grown as much as I have if I was still drinking. Because I don't think I would have taken it as seriously as I am right now. So it's just this thing about God where He gives you things when He knows that you're mature enough to take them, to handle them, to treat them with respect, to give them the respect and the actual seriousness that they require. And I'm truly, truly grateful that this radio thing, that it came right now in this season versus last year or whatever. And perhaps the way it happened, as easily as it happened, is attributed to the fact that perhaps it was always mine. It's just that in those other seasons, I just wasn't the girl for the job. So, yeah, it's just like when we talk about a delay in your life and you're just like so frustrated at how something is taking so long. But the truth of the matter is perhaps you're just not the girl for the job yet. You just need some more skin. You just need some more, what do they call, tires when they have the what's it called? Um, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you just needed a little more skin in the game before he blessed you or blesses you with something. And that's basically the message for today, is that if you're If you've been waiting for something, if you've been praying for something and it's just not happening, what I would advise, and I think Mark Manson in his book as well, or in some of the other books, self-help books I've read as well, is that it's sometimes you just need to forget about a certain goal or a certain want. You just need to keep going. You just need to keep, how's this thing? You just need to just keep living, and one day in the process of your growth or in the process of you growing in different ways, that thing that you even forgot that you wanted is somehow gonna fall, things are somehow gonna fall into place, and you're somehow gonna get that thing that you've always wanted. It's just like in relationships, a lot of the times people meet their soulmates when they've just completely taken their mind off of it and are just now enjoying life, traveling, taking themselves out to restaurants, going to church, things like that. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for staying this long, and thank you so much for keeping up with me in this series that we're doing. I hope that you come back again tomorrow, and I hope that you go to church tomorrow. And if you don't, tune into a sermon or something. Like I said, I am grateful that the church I go to, they upload the sermons in the evenings. So if I miss it in the mornings, I just have to wait a couple of hours. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.